And so on the scene with the on the airplane, which was true, and this isn't a spoiler alert, but Ronald Reagan was an incredible horseback rider. I mean, and loved it. I mean, that was one of his greatest passions. But they didn't have a Secret Service guy that could keep up with him. So I loved that that was a scene that kind of added later, where I tell this guy, listen, you need to be able to ride, and then I added a little giddy up there at the end. But I just I think beyond just kind of watching tapes of Jerry Parr and also just reading about these guys but it was because they were trying to, keep it as authentic as they could as far as what happened, and that did in fact happen. I mean, there's some funny lines, like when Reagan was in the hospital. There's a scene, again, this isn't a spoiler alert because it was known, but when he wakes up, he says, "Man, I hope you guys are Republicans." And then when Nancy came to see him, he goes, "Man, I should have ducked. I should have ducked." And then he also, I think he joked about his suit too. He goes, "I'm never wearing this suit again." It's like the suit's ruined.
Well, clearly he had a great sense of humor, and you guys captured that so well in the film. Dennis Quaid, I was impressed with him. That's a hard person to be, and he must have done a lot of studying and so on and so forth. He did a pretty good job.
I thought he did amazing, and I thought Penelope Ann Miller was amazing as Nancy, because it's really, in a way, it's almost less of a political film as it is a love story. But I loved what Dennis's said in a lot of interviews. He really didn't want to do an imitation because everybody knows Reagan. I mean, it's like Muhammad Ali. So he wanted to bring his essence, and I thought he really did that well. And I thought Sean McNamara really told the great story of how he grew up and what influenced him. And there's some amazing scenes in that. I learned about Reagan. I had forgotten. There's a scene with Pat Boone. Pat Boone's actually in the film, but Pat Boone was there when a minister told Ronald Reagan that God had told him that you were going to be the president of the United States. And he was like, "No, okay, you don't know what to say to that," but it was had some prophetic nature to it.
Well, I know it was COVID, but was there any feedback on Oklahoma? What did Dennis Quaid like it? Was there?
I think everybody loved being here. I mean, from what I could tell, and Guthrie has a beautiful hotel that Dennis was staying in. I know, and Guthrie has so much charm to it. It really is a unique town.